Today, the US dollar weakened across the board. In the afternoon trades, the demand for the American currency was weak. At the same time, the volatility is still high and the investor sentiment is changing rapidly. The dollar versus the yen pair remained under bearish control during the American session, trying to break the level of 105, while the US dollar index returned to the area above 98. The US dollar plunged and pulled back from highs after the Federal Reserve has decided to reduce the interest rate for the second time in a row in March. The greenback lost as much as 1% against other majors. However, in the afternoon trades, it managed to reduce losses to 0.7% and recovered to 97.94. Against the yen, the American dollar lost over 2%. Probably Morgan Stanley's forecast triggered a sell-off in the US dollar. The bank recommended to get rid of the American currency as it may come under pressure amid decisive easing measures taken by the Federal Reserve. However, it is unlikely that the dollar versus the yen pair will decline to 100 level. Amid turbulent volatility, the pair is expected to fluctuate between 106 and 107 levels. Obviously, the Fed's emergency actions signal that the epidemic has a devastating effect on the American economy. In particular, the production activity and the consumer spending are suffering. The number of infected people has increased significantly for the past few days. Some enterprises have been closed, all public events have been cancelled, and the small businesses are struggling to survive. Tomorrow, traders will absorb fresh macroeconomic statistics from the US. The manufacturing report and the retail sales data for February will see the light. On Wednesday, the Federal Reserve will hold a meeting where some clues about the current economic situation can be provided. Today, the New York Federal Bank published the Business Activity Index, which dived into the negative territory unexpectedly. In March, the index came in at minus 21.5 points, while in February it was at 12.9 points. The energy market jitters add pressure on the Canadian dollar. The Brent crude benchmark dived to $30 per barrel by the end of the day. The loonie faces a risk of plunging to 1.4. Since this morning, the dollar versus the Canadian dollar pair has added over 1% and settled at 1.3958. Another worrisome signal for investors is a plunge in gold prices amid the Fed's plans. The American financial regulator announced intentions to launch a bond purchasing program worth several $trillion and resume the quantitative easing. In early deals, the precious metal gained ground, but later on it crashed by over 2%. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you back tomorrow.